La tenía que hacer en el hoyo, ¿verdad?
The little orange lime one.
Alright guys, time to go buy some wood here. We need some wood for our cabin. Hopefully they let me in here. This is what we call a mill out here in Nicaragua. So these guys here work with a lot of pine. So these right here, you can see these are beautiful. I love them because they're like rustic look. They have all their equipment over here. So they bring in raw materials from the mountains, all these pine trees, and they process them out here. So this lumber yard, I've been using them to buy material for my cabin throughout the past like 6 months. They even got little mini goats. Check it out. Some good looking goats, or are they lambs? I don't know. Comment below if you know if that's a goat or a lamb. It looks like that's the chamber right there they use for curing the pine so it lasts longer, because pine, you know, tends to get eaten by insects pretty quickly. We're looking for some wood specifically for a wall that we're building so we can attach the planks. So hopefully they got that on site. If not, we're gonna need to go somewhere else. So it looks like they do have what I'm looking for, but it's not cured. So they're saying it might take 3 to 4 hours to cure the wood. So for right now, we're gonna take a look at it. If it makes sense, I might buy it and then bring it back with me later in the day, come pick it up, you know. But let's check it out, because we have to cure it. Up in the mountains, these insects are brutal and they'll eat the wood immediately.
Aquí lo que pasa, como le digo, la madera ahorita hay permiso, pero
Está todo parado. Miro que no están trabajando, ¿verdad?
sí,
Esta parece que...
esto es 1x4.
Ah, ese es 1x4. Este es 1x3, ¿verdad?
Sí, es 1x3.
Era 1x3 que ocupaba, no era 1x4.
Este es 1x4, ¿no?
Ah, ya.
Sí.
Esta es 1x3, ¿verdad?
Sí, pero corta.
No, y no está curada.
No,
Ajá.
es lo que digo, que yo la curada, tengo que ya meterla a la planta.
Y esta es 1 por... Ahí parece que hay 1 por 2. Tiene lo largo, sí. So they're telling me that right now, the only option that they might be able to sell is this one right here. And this one's 8 inches, so I would need to rip cut into the size that I need. So he's checking if he can actually sell this bundle here. And if he can, then I'm gonna buy it and bring it with me. I'm just gonna have to work the wood a little bit more. They're not able to operate right now because they're still waiting on permits. So hopefully he says yes. Let's see. Fortunately, we couldn't buy it. So it turns out that the wood itself is not the right dimensions. They were offering to sell me a little bit, but it wasn't gonna work out. So I think I have another option. We're gonna head to another store and we're gonna see if we can find some metal rails. So we'll use metal instead of wood. That way it lasts longer. And hopefully they're to size so I don't need to cut them. And that will save us a lot of time. So let's head over to the next hardware store. We also need to buy some concrete boards for the outside, because I'm gonna show you guys what we're thinking about doing out there. Give it a try right here, see if we can find what we're looking for. So this is the other material I need for one of the exterior walls, which is a concrete panel. So we're gonna put the concrete panel and we're gonna use metal siding to close out that one wall because we ran out of wood and planks. So we're gonna ask the price for that and see what else they got there in this hardware store. But they're very busy right now. All of Nicaragua is coming up right now. Everyone's just building everywhere. Ah, yeah.
Una brocha de 55 y una panita de 70.
All right, we just bought some of the material. We spent around $250. They're gonna load the truck right now. I bought the concrete board. I bought some paint, some green and black, because I want to experiment what's gonna look best. And I bought some metal sheeting roof. So we're gonna try them all out to see what's gonna work out and how it's gonna look. So I'm excited. We're about to load this truck. I want to make sure they load it correctly though, because tomorrow we have a long journey ahead of us. Dele. Ah, es que este es para exterior.
Para exterior y exteriores.
Hay que... ¿Ah?
Para afuera y para adentro.
So So the weather took a weird turn right now. So it's technically summer in Nicaragua, so it shouldn't even be raining, but pretty weird, huh?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of pressure in the air today.
I know. Right now we're about to go get some food, some groceries here in Nicaragua. Courtney needs, what do you need today right now?
Favorite stuff. I need some eggs. I already went through 24 eggs and what's today, Wednesday? So 3 days.
Yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna be spending the night at the farm, so she's gonna need her area stocked up there. So let's go see. Hopefully the market's not closed right now since it is raining. All right, looks like some of the markets are open here. This is where traffic gets a little crazy since we're right in the center of the market here. So generally advise that if you're new into driving, avoid driving in the market area. But if you're comfortable with driving, it's no big deal here. Let's see if we can find the eggs. This is where Courtney buys her eggs usually, at that store right here. I don't think they do have it, no?
Yeah, right there, they have.
Oh, they have it? Okay. Just look at the way traffic flows here. It is so chaotic. You got traffic from here going down, so the streets are very, very narrow, and a lot of people parked in the side. So right now it's like 5 p.m. so there's actually less traffic than usual, so we got pretty lucky we got to park here. Usually I have to keep on moving slowly and Courtney catches up to me, so it's just the Nika drive-through, I call it. You found it?
Yay! They already knew what I was coming for because they know me there now.
How much was that case of eggs?
So this is 170 and that's 170 cords. What does that come out to in dollars?
170, you're looking at about $5 to $6.
Yeah, for 24 eggs. Which
For
is
24 eggs, that's not bad, huh?
Yeah, and the other guy we bought from the other day on Monday was 150. That's the cheapest I've ever found it for. 170 is typically the normal price.
Talk about how Nicaragua is about knowing your spots and your people and how to manage it.
So Elton almost made me get down again and go grab the repollo and papas, and I don't feel like getting down. So I told him, don't pull over here, take me to my drive-through guy. So it's like knowing who to go to, what you're looking for. I have a guy that has vegetables on the side. We just pull up, roll down the window, and he gives us what we need. So let's go get some potatoes and cabbage. Papas, por favor, y 2 libras.
Show the people your favorite drive-through, Courtney.
Yeah, it's my favorite drive-through guy because he hooks it up. You see, he's so fast and efficient, and he knows what we're looking for, and he's always so nice. One time we got a free pineapple.
Yeah, I know, right? It's about supporting the local community, right? And making friends at it too while you're doing that.
Y una libra de cebolla también. Chitoman, no, hay rojo. Chitoma. Okay, 3 chitoma, por favor. What's the name of those little limes?
Limón?
Y hay ajo. Okay, una ajo también. Achote, la bolsa pequeña. Y una bolsa de Jamaica también. And naranjas are the little orange lime ones.
Naranjaira?
Yeah, naranjaira.
Yeah.
Hay naranjaira. Okay, docena, por favor.
How much you think this is gonna be, Courtney?
Ooh, I don't know. I just come shopping and have fun. Okay, 300.
300 Córdobas.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Wow, that was what, $9? Damn, you got
Dude,
a lot. What did you get?
A bag of Jamaica. I got achote paste, like fresh achote paste. I got a pound of onions.
Wow, you're set.
3 bell peppers. I got a pound of tomatoes, 2 pounds of potatoes, and a thing of garlic.
So we just brought some local bread right now. Empanadas.
Those are Elliot.
Yeah, there you go, papi.
He wants the bag, babe.
Okay.
He's like, you better pass me that bag, Papa.
Okay, give me
Look at
that one
us.
back then. Give me that. Okay. You want both? I guess
I
you
told you to only get it for him.
And we got some biscotelas.
Okay.
Biscotelas are good. They're like sprinkled with sugar, nice and little fluffy.
And then Elton got so distracted by his biscotellas that he really brought the prime.
Oh yeah.
It's the pico. That's my favorite. They have a new recipe at this shop, so if you're ever in Ocotal, I'll tell you where to go because I know the best pico in all of Nicaragua.
plan today and tomorrow at the farm. We need to finish a wall that's been sitting around for a long time because we got busy with a bunch of stuff. It's been about 3 weeks. Let me show it to you guys. Here's the wall that we need to finish to make sure that this insulation here doesn't fall off, and then we have the house fully closed. So we're getting closer and closer to being done with the whole process. So today we're gonna attack this wall, but we might have some difficulties doing this wall. Let me show you why. So we've been using this plank here that it's from a tree we harvested in the mountains, but look how crooked this plank is. Look at that. It just bows on the top. So we've had so much difficulty working with this wood, and we thought honestly we weren't gonna have enough to finish that wall because we used so much around the cabin. But to be honest, we're gonna have to make it work. Even if some of it is crooked, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna do our best to sand it, try to make it look nice and rustic. So that's gonna be a few of our challenges while we're here. Now on top of that, we also have some other parts of the cabin that we need to work on. I'm about to show you guys. We need to start doing window treatment and sealing the area. So I already began experimenting with some foam here to fill in these gaps right here, so there's no air or insects coming in. And then I'm gonna put some trimming, or I'm trying to see what else I'm gonna fill this in with though. So that's part of the plan. Check it out, look how much it's expanding here. So I just put that there just as a test. We have a lot to do because we need to move into this cabin pretty soon. And today is a windy, cold day at the farm. It's technically summer already in Nicaragua, so the weather's kind of weird right now, but let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, we had a change in plans. We're having so much difficulty here with this metal post or beam there. So originally it was gonna be four rails running like that, and then the planks were gonna be screwed onto here, so they were gonna hold on to there. And the reason I was using metal because I wanted it to last a long time and be sturdy. But what I didn't realize, that metal is so thick that is incredibly difficult to drive nails into there. It's taking 4 times longer. And the reason I didn't use wood like in the other walls was because I thought we had ran out of wood and we only had pine. And pine in the mountains goes bad quickly. There's a lot of insects that love pine. But it turns out that I ended up finding some wood right here. Take a look at that. This is a walnut tree. And walnut tree here in the farm has been lasting like 15 to 20 years without any insect repellents. Like they don't like this wood. It's very like, I guess it's very tough and sour to them. So we're gonna use these metal woods. So change of plans. We have to disassemble what we did, and then we're gonna continue forward. But it's part of the game, you know. Sometimes in life you start something and you don't realize what you actually need to do until you start it. So let's go ahead and get this disassembled, and then let's move forward. All right, we're ready to start putting the planks. That was a lot of work. Essentially, it took us 3 hours to cut everything. So it's 4 p.m. right now here in Nicaragua. It's been raining. So let's see, let's get started. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to go because we need to finish some things tonight before it gets dark. I have no electricity in here, so I need to set up my bed and everything else. What a long day. I always say I want to finish so much in one day, but usually I run into so many problems and I end up finishing half of it, which is perfectly fine, but it sometimes can be frustrating. Check it out. What do you guys think? Does it look good? Tomorrow we are gonna do the other halves right here, and then also the top. And then this wall will be ready for sanding, waterproofing, and also adding a little layer of oil to make the wood shine. But it's getting dark here. I gotta set up my bed where I'm gonna sleep, and also I gotta eat a little bit dinner here. I don't know if you can hear that, but those are actually monkeys that are howling right now, making noise. Sounds like they're over there. Amazing. Once in a while they'll come here to the property, and they come here because there's a walnut tree right over here. So they'll hang out, like a group of 12 monkeys there, just eating walnuts all day, and then they would just head out again and then eventually come back once in a while. So sounds like they're coming closer and closer, so hopefully they're here tomorrow so we can see it on camera. So building in Nicaragua has definitely had its challenges. I think just building in another country that you just moved to, and it's a new project, it's your first time, you're gonna run into some difficulties. But the biggest one we've had is just hiring the wrong people. When we first started the project, they messed up the foundation, so we had to fix it, set us back a couple weeks. Second, it's been really my fault. It's been on budgeting. I didn't budget enough, and I'm spending more than I thought on the cabin. But it is what it is. I mean, you live and you learn, you know? So these projects, you go and then you make changes on the fly. Before you know it, things are slightly different when they first got started. But it's been a good learning experience. I'm gonna be posting all the tips I learned about building in Nicaragua, how much it cost me, and things to look for once I'm done with this cabin here. That would be on my Patreon that we're working now. We have a Patreon with all the information. It's gonna be posted on there. If you ever find yourself in this position, take it slow. Always give yourself a margin of error, and then plan to be delayed on a couple of things, and just know how to go with the flow. Specifically here in Nicaragua, there's a demand for construction and there's a shortage of construction workers. So getting things done, you have to wait around for a bit sometimes. Man, oh man, it rained super hard last night. The weather was crazy. It felt like there was a tropical storm coming by here. But thankfully it's not raining right now. The sky is gray, so it's probably gonna be gray throughout the day. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't rain much more so we can get a lot of work done today. Let's set up for a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna show you guys what's on the game plan. Alright guys, today we're gonna be making an AeroPress. Usually I don't make AeroPresses, but I wanna start experimenting a little bit with this. I already grounded my coffee. It's actually in here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our AeroPress. We're gonna add our coffee in here. I have no scale, so everything is gonna have to be just by experience and by looking at it and thinking how much coffee we need. So we add our coffee in there. After we add our coffee, we're gonna go ahead and add our water at the top. Essentially, this is like a chamber here where you'll be able to funnel your coffee down with a plunger. I'll show you guys right now in a minute. So we'll add our coffee to the top here. After that, I did not bring a spoon, so we're gonna move it around with this, add some wood flavor to it. I did wash the piece of stick, so hopefully there isn't any wood flavors in here. And then we'll let it sit for a quick minute, and then we're gonna plunge it. I'm excited to see what it's gonna taste like. Alright, I think I did something wrong because the coffee is already brewing. It's slowly falling in there. So check it out, see? And I haven't even pushed it, so I must have skipped a step or something, so it's okay. It's part of learning. We're gonna go ahead and plunge it right now. Make sure the grounds are nice and evenly coated, and we're gonna plunge it. Go. Hopefully you can see that going down right now. Alright, our plunging is done. It reached all the way to the bottom. Okay, moment of truth. Cheers guys and blessings. Tastes pretty good actually. It's nice and strong. I thought it was gonna be a lighter roast, so it's gonna taste light because of the little amount of water we use, but no, it's really good. Delicious. I drink more than this, so I'm gonna have to sip this slowly and enjoy it because it's gonna go by fast. All right guys, the game plan, finish this today. Big lofty goal, but we'll see how it goes. And also after this, we're gonna move to the front and start doing waterproofing and window trimming. So excited because we're getting closer and closer every time. Let's hope this doesn't give us a hard time though here. So let's go ahead and jump to it. The sun's starting to come out. It looks like it is gonna be a sunny day after all. So we wanna get this done quickly because the sun just hits right over here and burns your back. But let's go ahead and go for it. Se mojó la planta anoche. Alright guys, finally done. It took us a total of around 7 hours, but it's ready for the next step, which is filling in all the cracks, sanding, and a little bit of oil. So now we can move on to the next step here in the project. Let me show you guys what we got going on, and we're making good progress. I'm getting excited right now. So we're ready to move on to the window treatments. So I covered the cracks here with some expansive foam, and then we're gonna be using trim to trim all around the windows, cover the gaps. So I think this is gonna be very slow because it's gonna be very detailed work, and we're gonna take our time to make sure it's done correctly. But we have a lot to do. So we have this window, that one, and then we're gonna throw a trim at the edge, at the top to tie everything together. And then this wall will officially be ready for sanding. So it's been a lot of work. The sun's been coming in and out right now, and so far it's all gray. It looks like it's gonna rain again potentially. So what happens when you live in the microclimates of the north of Nicaragua. So far so good. I am happy how the casing turned out on this main door here. It looks amazing in my opinion. I really love the rustic look. So if we can get both these windows done today, I would call that a successful mission. I would be happy and I'll go to bed just fine. So we're gonna enjoy this lunch here. It's about 2:30 right now in Nicaragua. I would say we have 3 more hours of sunlight left before the sun goes down and we have to put everything away. So let's go ahead and enjoy this, and then we need to continue on the dream of rebuilding this family farm here. Well guys, I will say that this is mission accomplished. Check that out. Look how nice it looks. We're getting ready to be able to sand pretty quick and pretty soon. Now I'm thinking that now that it has a frame here, it's almost asking for a little one here in these split openings, but I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna fill it in with a little sawdust and a little glue, or if I'm gonna cut strips. It just all depends if we have enough wood left over after we finish all the window trimming around the whole house, then we'll see what we do. But long day today. It's 5 p.m. right now. We only got sun for 2 hours and it's been raining, so the climate's crazy. It's hot, then it's cold, and it's technically summer here, so very weird weather. In coffee farms you usually get that kind of microclimate, and that's what makes the coffee taste good. But we need to clean up a little bit, and we need to pack up before the sun goes down. Tomorrow we have long day, so we're bringing some coffee down into town today. The weather's been way too rainy, gray, in order for the coffee to dry a few days here. So we're packing everything up. We have about 500 pounds. We're gonna load it in the back of the truck. And then we gotta go to the mill to drop off the coffee. So it's things back after back here. So let's get going. We have a long mission today in beautiful Nicaragua. This little hill right here always gives me problems, specifically when it's been raining for a long time. We've had to fix it multiple times already, but it just still becomes so slippery because it's clay. So it's not like regular dark mud, it's just clay. So this thing, you'll slip and slide. We're gonna try to make it up right now and see how things go. So hopefully I don't run over this camera here and run over you guys. Oh man, that was crazy. It's always fun. I love off-roading, but it's also a little sketchy because if I do a wrong turn, I end up all the way down there. But look at the aftermath. Ideally in the future, we're gonna get this fixed. And check out my phone here. Holy guacamole, man. Gotta clean that up.